What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, changing it up a little bit since it is our bye week, right? Where the Cowboys are chilling, relaxing. Jerry Jones is yapping. So
yeah, let's talk about here on a Fan Fridays. Everyone, at the very least, in the West Coast, driving home from work after a good weekend done in full. Now it's time for the weekend, a chill weekend. And we're going to have to explain to you what's going on here on this channel here for tonight. A very special double Fan Friday.
Yes, there's an extra special reason we're doing a slightly earlier live stream because, guys, guess what? You will be hearing us and seeing us later tonight for a special one-time viewing only call-in live stream. So we'll be doing a bit of a mix of an MCF and chill and a call-in because we want to hear from you guys, get your thoughts on the season so far, what you're expecting moving forward. Of course, break down a few more Cowboy things. And kick back and relax and enjoy it because it is technically my birthday weekend. So we figured let's put the party hats on and talk Cowboys.
It's a birthday weekend. It's MCF and chill. We got music. We got some drinking, some fun discussions of our Cowboys, and then you guys here live with us. You can go through Streamlabs. You can call in. We'll set it up either way for you guys. You'll see what we do later tonight. It's going to be different as well. Different scene. Everything's going to be still tracked, though, crispy and clean here on My Cowboys Family. You guys, the family here, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell as we get ready to roll into tonight's quickie. This is a quick, if you're watching this on a replay, you're going to be like, damn, it's a 35-minute stream. Yeah, that's it. It's a quick one tonight, guys. Not much info, but there is info, and we wanted to get it out apart from our late night, one-time only viewing. So make sure late night still. We'll be talking, having some fun. Join us for that, and you can't catch it another time. It's a one-time. You can't even rewind it on that stream.
Yeah,
it's a one-time viewing. So catch us from the beginning to end, and go Cowboys, baby. Let's start off with the people representing the boards here on our Fan Friday, like our sponsor of the week. 3 weeks in a row, three-peat domination from the man from Hawaii. Right now, probably on his lunch break. Much love to the man, Mark Hovsepian.
Oh, big mahalo to Mark. I appreciate him, of course. Not the only one representing Stubby 1085, holding on with some Trayvon. Dig 7 points.
7 points away from someone taking that spot over. We'll see what happens over the bye weekend. And also Snug X. He's showing that X because he's got 10 in a row. 10 weeks in a row. 2.5 months of domination as our Cash App King. And he's currently in the lead for that Micah Parsons streak. 11 in a row. We'll see what happens. If you look right above that, the overall board for that sponsor of the week, will Mark Hovsepian make it 4? Will he get the month? Right now, as we're getting closer and closer to the end of the week, Snug X is in first place there, trying to take over the full takeover here on our boards. The Lunatic in second. Mark Hovsepian, though, he's still hanging around there in third. Skeptical Fan staying skeptical in fourth. By the way, Skeptical Fan, our champion gifting king. Appreciate him. He's also the leader this week versus Justin D. And anyone can get into it. If you got a membership, you can gift them. He's gifted 3. He's got a field goal lead by 2 right now, 3-1 over Justin. And by the way, Skeptical also dropped a $2 thanks today from the thanks button side of things.
Ooh, thank you, Skeptical.
Yeah, he dropped in our video. He said, let's hope McCarthy gets all of our weapons more involved against the Rams. Anyways, much love. Appreciate you. Skeptical Fan staying skeptical. Everybody else on that board above there doing your things. By the way, Snug X trying to go for 11, like I said. Snug X trying to take over. We'll see what happens with all these things. But, baby, there's other ways to drop the love here on the channel. Not just, the super chat. You can do it anytime here through YouTube. You got the thanks button. We just said that. You can jump in the membership. You can gift memberships. But there's 4 other ways in the Cash App style of things.
Of course, the Cash App, money sign My Cowboys Family. Yep. The Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family. The regular PayPal link, and last but not least, the Streamlabs link lets your comment show up on screen just like a super chat.
That's right. And being Fan Friday tonight, baby.
The family-est of Friday.
We shout out 3 levels of our 4, the over everything, the star level, and the silver crew as well. Much love to the navy blue, by the way. But, baby, without further ado, I'm going to shout out silver level member A. Lavelle. Shout out everyone else for us. What the hell?
Thank you to Skeptical Fan, Jason Renfro, Dwayne Broussard, Lincoln Kane, Mary Alvarez, Andy Potch, Marissa Sparkle, and The Lunatic.
Go Cowboys to the crew. Much love to all of you. Let's get into this quickie, Cowboys quickie tonight here at MCF. As we open the board up, baby. Before we open up the board, one last thing I do want to say is tonight, call in, catch us, guys. That is the one-time only viewing. We'll have some drinks, some fun, some discussions. Hell yeah, can't wait for that. So let's now do the shout-outs before we kick off the news, info, and updates for today for our Dallas Cowboys.
We have Dallas Cowboy 92 in the house. What's up? Retro Scotty, much love. Devontae Alvarez, hello and hi. And yeah, you know, it's that time of year where all the rumors start flying and every single player somehow gets connected to the Cowboys, which is ridiculous. Juan Carlos hanging loose, what's up? House Nelson in the house. Frank Moyer, much love. We got Mike Aldana, and all good, guys. Again, trust me, we originally were planning on going live about 15 minutes earlier, but we had to watch the last inning.
Unfortunately, Texas Rangers blew that game, and they gave it up. Now they gave the control to the Houston Astros. Their Eastside Harold probably popping in soon, talking some shit. But it's too bad because I wanted the Rangers to win, and again, they got to go. They had 2-0. It was 2-0 for them. The Astros won 3 in a row, so they got to win 2 in a row and. Winning in 7, that's the only chance for the Rangers. We'll see what happens.
We have, Stephen White in the house. What's up? Colleen K representing, much love. Dwayne Brassard, the top dog. Much love to you. Bruce got the toxic juice saying, Jerry speaking makes me nervous.
I'll give you guys a clue here. Not too much from him either today.
Yes, he decided to take a bye week too.
Yeah, I think he was on old age medication.
Lord Nova 85, what's up? David Lara, much love to you. Raul Gasso representing. Freedom First was actually first today. Way to go. So, with that said, baby, let me hand it off to you. Because, like we said, this is a little MCF quickie.
Yeah, guys, stay tuned. This is you guys going to like the in and out here that we do. Of course, you can still help the channel out. Don't forget to hit the like. You can drop the love. Drop your comments in the chat. We'll try to hit up a couple of those. You want to stop and get our attention. You know how to do it. Let's just go NFL news real quick. Always related to the Cowboys, a former Cowboy, Cole Beasley, wide receiver from the Giants right now, right? Today, mutually parting ways. Cole Beasley said, I want out. Giants said, I would want you out. Beasley asked for his release off the practice squad, and it was granted today. Some people say we should maybe go after him or a Hunter Renfrow type in a trade situation.
Can he just retire?
I know. He seems like it's over for him.
In the sense that,
Giants practice squad, you've really been demoted. It's not just the Bills practice squad or the Giants team. Now you're in the practice squad of the Giants. That's like Jason Garrett the way out, following him. So Beasley, looks like he's done.
Look, the tricky part about getting older in the NFL is that unless you have like some serious major career-ending injury, you have to actually get to a point where your skills decline enough for you to say time to hang up the cleats. Yeah.
So with him, again, I talked about yesterday the trade stuff. Hunter Renfrow, a guy who's floating around out there, right? The people are like, we should go after him. Again, he's a slot guy, right? I think we have CeeDee Lamb's a dominant slot guy, maybe the most dominant in the NFL right now. And, of course, Brandon Cooks can do a little bit of work from there. So we got the speed, we got the height, we got the slot ability. We have it already. I don't think we need either of these kind of little short, burners, all right? But then you got, we talked about some other options for trades, some guys that can maybe stretch the field. That's why you got guys like Brandon Cooks. And then you got the outside guys. You can say we want to replace Michael Gallup. But then you also got guys like Tober that can probably do similar things. So, you had to make a real big jump if you want to go big. And again, Devontae Adams, the only thing, I know, maybe that's one of we talked about the big names, right? Yeah. Patrick Surtain from the Broncos, could that be a blockbuster deal? None of this, I believe, will happen. But we got to talk about it. People talking about it. There's rumors floating around. We don't dig too much into this stuff. And I'm just trying to say, the big name guys, don't believe we're going to get any of these guys. But you got a name like, Derrick Henry, right? That people want to see on this team and have that impact, running back, short yardage, all that good stuff. Again, these contracts will probably be killers on the cap for us in ways that Jerry Jones doesn't want to. But Devontae Adams, as a receiver, again, in the Mike McCarthy scheme, I don't see much of a difference. I'm just being honest. You got to get attacked down the field more if you're going to throw someone like Devontae Adams on the team in a trade with the Vegas Raiders. But here's the key with him, though, and that's why he'll be more costly than you think. He has a $6 million base salary for this year, and then next year has a very manageable salary. So if you are able to get your hands on him trading, let's say Gallup, and I don't know, a third-round pick or I don't know, you trade something like this, you get Devontae Adams, he's affordable. Something that the Cowboys may look into, right? But then you got CeeDee Lamb. He's supposed to be your number one. So that's kind of brings a little confusion, I think, to the roster. But I'm sure they'll welcome him in. Another Vegas Raider. What was it, 5 years ago we got Amari Cooper? Just saying, it's funny that we're going through the Raiders to kind of pull some of their receivers. Again, nothing even close to being done. It's just the word is his salary is manageable. Why is his base salary this year only $6 million? Because once the Raiders paid the bonus salary, the bonuses, that locks them in to all of the, the rollover money, all of the, the guarantees money, all that stuff has to be paid by the Raiders. So that's what makes him a better trade, but also it costs you more. If he has more money baggage, that the trade value, the trade depth, the depth of your draft that you're trading away now, it becomes, you have to really give up a lot more of your draft to go get a guy like Davante Adams.
Yeah, and we touched on this a little bit yesterday, and I kind of mentioned it in the chat as well. It's kind of a tricky situation because even the lowliest of low scrub guy that we tried to trade for means we have to give up a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick, right? And we do not have many picks left. I know 5th round pick, we only have the one. That's it.
I think we have one. We had traded 2 out of the 3 away, or one of the 2 away we traded away. I'm not sure because we traded a 6th as well.
Yeah.
So we're a little light here, but we are getting maybe 2 5th or 6th rounders back.
And we'll outside of linebacker and corner, which are like the top favorites for, okay, this is the type of depth we would want to even go after. You know, I kind of agree with Tyrone Church that if you're going to go for anyone on offense, a running back would probably be the more impactful way to go.
Yeah. I mean, if you want immediate impact in a spot, in a key position, like a receiver, just another receiver in the scheme, right? Yeah. Surtain, I think that could be impactful, obviously, if you get a big guy like that. But, you know, when you look at maybe a player we don't have is a big bruising running back. So that's where you see that possibility. But then the money, the years tied to that money, of course, he's already 30 years old. He ain't here for the future, is my opinion. Even if you can squeeze another year or 2 out of him, I don't see how the Cowboys will be willing to give up that much draft capital and then also give up that much of their. Again, I think they don't have to pay him that much this year, but what's the future cost? The thing is, you're already paying Tony Pollard $10 million. So
that's a lot.
How much
are you
going to put towards the running back position?
Yeah,
right?
Well, I think we mentioned. I think we're in the NFL. We're like the
number
1 or number 2 team to spend the most money on their running back situation.
If we get Henry, we're like number 1 times 1,000. That's how much we were spending on the running back position. And again, in McCarthy's offense, would it make that much of a difference? It would in the short yardage stuff, but do we even run that much? You know what I mean?
I'm not sure.
We don't run that much. That's the thing with McCarthy's offense. It's
more about the future too. Like as of now,
no, I'm saying this year.
You know, you can see some worth in it, but long term, heading into the future, playoffs, et cetera, and even beyond that, right? So, side note as well, don't forget that Jerry's brought this up freaking all year about how paying Micah is going to cost us every gosh darned penny we have. So,
yeah, I mean, listen, he's also hinted towards Dak, of course, the contract there is CeeDee Lamb and other contracts. Biotis, you never know, right? So I see the man, Tyrone Church, saying that, we should trade Dorrance Armstrong. Well, I think he has high value for a cheap cost, and that is true. I mean, he has the stats to back it. So people will say, well, it's Micah Parsons. That's why Dorrance Armstrong looks better. But if we can package him in a deal where we have already get more Sam Williams on that field, that could be a way of like moving Dorrance Armstrong, getting value back. You move Dorrance Armstrong in a third rounder, Davante Adams. I don't know what the money differences will be with Derrick Henry, but you can balance something that way where you don't have to even give up that high of a draft pick for someone like Henry because of his money baggage. There's a possibility with Dorrance Armstrong. Yeah. That's why I also throw in there if you're going for a receiver, which I don't know why we're really going for receivers because the Cowboys have Tolbert. We have other guys we can still use like Turpin. It's up to McCarthy to get it going.
Yeah, but I feel like that's McCarthy trying to like displace some of the blame on the shitty offensive scheme on the receivers. And again, I'm not even trying to take away the mistakes they've made, but come on. What exactly do you think you're going to do there if you're just going to keep running the same lame scheme where no one's really going to be able to make anything happen?
McCarthy, you see him in the thumbnail. Pressure's on him. He's the main issue right now in offense without question, and he's got to attack down the field more. Yeah,
we actually can't even afford to trade Jordan Lewis, even if somebody would want him, just because we need the depth. Like, we need the depth. So,
again,
we're better off keeping him.
Well, that's why I say if you're going to go for somebody, a cornerback of some sort, you're going to go even a lower level corner that can be an upgrade to not DaRon Bland, but DaRon Bland can be moved back to the slot to the nickel spot for Jordan Lewis. You want to get the outside cornerback a little more solidified than using DaRon Bland. We don't have anybody else that can do it. Don't give me Nashawn Wright. Don't give me Iggy. Noah.
Big Nogany.
Big Nogany. Don't give me. These guys cannot hang on the outside yet. They're just not made for that right now. So I don't want to see that. We have to have DaRon Bland, but he's best as the slot, as the nickel corner, and that is where we need to. You fix that by getting an outside corner. That's why an outside corner, a linebacker, these are viable pieces. Some people have suggested as tight ends. Of course, we've also talked receiver. Look, let me give you the true situation. Can I give you the truth here? Whether we agree or disagree, whether we call him the clown show or not. From ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, he said this today, literally a couple hours ago, quote, "The Cowboys are not expected to be major movers at the trade deadline.
All right. So.
Barring any surprises. They are content with the roster as it's currently constructed." Again, just going to say one thing. This is what we've been saying here in MCF. And we know this we once in a blue moon, once every 5, 6, 10 years, we go for Amari Cooper. During the bye week, we did that when we lost to Washington that year. We went literally the next day and went out. But now we're already almost at the end of the bye. We're in the middle here. I know we're at the end of the bye, but in the middle of our 2 weeks here, right? And no move yet. I know the deadline's still a little to go. We got Hankins last year, a lower level traded guy. But I don't see us going for any high value, major mover, breaking news kind of stuff.
I do think if we had even 1 to 2 more draft picks, we would be having a very different conversation right now. And again, don't get it twisted. It's not some Patrick Surtain or other weird-ass situation. No. We're still talking scrub-diddly-umptious players, right?
Well,
Fifth, sixth, 7th round.
Yeah, but I don't think, again,
scenarios.
See, to me, Hankins is a great pickup. Even though we used the 6th rounder for him, right? I mean, I think we all agree Hankins is a great pickup for the Cowboys for what we need a specific job to be done. And that's what we can do that with a cornerback still with the picks we have. We can do that with a linebacker filling that spot. I talked about a couple guys. I mean, Jordan Hicks is a guy you could probably get for cheap who's on the end of his contract. You want him for 1 year, you get him for cheap. So I'm just saying that would be an option there for the Cowboys if they want to hit at linebacker. But if you read between the lines here, we're not trying. It's more about buying than selling. I think when it comes to that statement from Jeremy Fowler, means that we won't. We're not going to make any moves to bring in new guys. They like their roster, but we might trade a guy. Like Tyrone Church said it, right? Dorrance Armstrong. Will we be able to get Devontae Adams? No, but can we get a value pick back? Maybe we add some draft stuff back. Maybe we get a player that we could maybe use in depth in another position. Could be I wouldn't mind Jordan Hicks trade, right? We get Jordan Hicks for Armstrong. We can both make out on that. Both these players are on decent deals, and they're finishing their contracts right now this year. So that would be an interesting little kind of maybe fine tuning. That I think it wouldn't be a breaking news. It'd be a damn solid move for the Cowboys, and I think that's more to think about because we made a damn solid move. It wasn't a breaking news story. The Jonathan Hankins, though, last year with the Raiders, right? Right before the deadline, a couple of days.
MVP of the.
He's the reason why we're able to stop the run better. We're not still great at stopping the run every game, but not consistent enough, in my opinion. Although we've done a good job this year, I'm still not buying what they're selling me yet from the Cowboy run defense. But Hankins is a key, no doubt, no diggity. So is Odigizua too. So Hankins is making a difference, and that's the kind of trade I think we can make a difference-making trade that we don't have to break the bank for, and it's also not going to you're not going to put it on the neon lights, and you're not going to see Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry. You're not going to see Patrick Surtain. You're not going to see those names. You're going to see the Jordan Hicks maybe deal, something like that, which is a major move, but not in that flashy way that most fans want it to be. And whether we agree or disagree, whether you want it to be or don't want it to be a flashy move, the point is they won't make it a flashy move.
So I'm going to say 2 names very quickly.
Hit me with it. Hit me.
Just because this is what the chat's saying. So Get Money said, does A.J. Dillon sound reasonable? And James Hurst said, Cowboys should go get Simmons from Denver.
Now, first, which Simmons? Justin Simmons? No, because he with Tennessee. I don't know. I got to get these positions down here, kind of see what I don't know. Simmons. I did hear Simmons is a guy who they're kind of passing around out there in the trade block. And what was the other name you had mentioned?
The safety, James Hurst said. Simmons.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I say Simmons. Yes, that would be too.
And then A.J. Dillon.
I think the Simmons would be too costly for the Cowboys.
Is it Dillon or Dillion?
No. You know, it's funny. He's he's the running back. Used to be with the Packers, right? I don't know if is he still there with the Packers? A running back that has power when he runs. So I personally would love A.J. Dillon being a Cowboy, representing more than just a star, right? So yes, that would be kind of cool if these are good names. I haven't heard much about them, but those are names you could definitely add to the list. And if the Cowboys are interested in the running backs.
Right, Dano cracked me up. He's like, I absolutely love these trade scenarios for us because if a GM did that, they would be shown the back door. And why does Jerry Jones keep getting a pass? Oh, that's right. He owns it.
Listen, the point is,
the whole thing.
The point is,
so he can fuck it up as much as he wants.
Well,
it's still his.
This is what I'm talking about, though. When it comes to we are saying we know the Cowboys.
He's still a Packer, by the way.
He's still AJ Dillon. Okay, the Cowboy, it's insane that every source out there, credible, valuables, not some conspiracy theorists, every credible, valued source is saying the Cowboys are staying out of the buying market here and trading for someone. They might trade someone away, but they're not going to really not look. The Cowboys lied before, they'll lie again, but it seems to not get our hopes high for any of these big names. And you know what? Even the lower level guys, I don't know if the Cowboys will. Listen, they can pull the trigger for a Jonathan Hankins type. That's like A.J. Dillon. That's to me, Simmons is actually even a better player than just an A.J. Dillon kind of specialized running back, right? It's kind of like a specialized defensive tackle, which is the Hankins trade. So I think a specialized player they may go for, but nothing I think bigger than that, in my humble opinion. But any last comments on the trade side of things? Because Cowboys kind of shut the door on this of them being really, truly
Addition
interested.
by subtraction, I guess, said Mike Aldana. Let me see. Stealth E said, O-line depth is hard to find these days.
That's why the Cowboys won't trade for any. They'd rather just get their own and make it, right? Chuma Odoga is the only depth that they picked up in the offseason.
Yeah, no offense, I don't really blame them because
it's weak out there. It's true.
It's not even weak. Like, we have actually done a pretty bang-up job of bringing in decent offensive linemen. We had a few bumps and bruises. We had a few stumbles. But overall, we do a good job of scouting that talent and actually bringing it in the house. The problem is that in the last 2-3 years, the Cowboys had offensive linemen, good offensive linemen, that are out there getting stats and numbers and doing their jobs with other teams.
Yeah.
But we went in a different direction for a variety of reasons. We can all see the writing on the wall that next year we're probably double dipping in the draft at O-line at this rate, or by double dipping, probably grabbing an undrafted free agent, but a high value.
Well, see, that's what we did this year.
O-line.
We got Awesome Richards right now is being beat out in certain ways by T.J. Bass, who's we brought in all these guys you hear me talking about right now. Well, Let's Go is going to be coming back soon. This is all our depth coming back, getting better. So what I'm trying to say is the Cowboys surprisingly are doing a good job in getting their own drafted depth offensive linemen. They might not be superstars, but they're definitely better than most. You guys just said it. Baby, you've been saying it for a while, for months. That O-line depth is just across the board in the NFL tough. It's very bad out there. So the Cowboys, I believe, we got pretty damn good O-line depth compared to what we thought at the beginning of the season. And a lot of these being whether rookies, undrafted, or second-year guys are playing, I'd say, off the boards, off the charts on most of these players. I think that, I know Josh Ball experiment, that shit's gone. Thank goodness for that. But Let's Go, I think has opportunity if he don't get hurt anymore. He keeps getting hurt. If he can stay healthy, I think he'll be a solid swing tackle for the future. I don't think he's the guy taking up for Tyron Smith, though. You talk about depth, we got it. When you got to talk about a starter, you're going to draft it early, round 1 next year if you're the Cowboys. And a good, strong offensive line depth, it's very deep in the draft next year. You got the Cowboys, made double dip in the draft-wise things and still keep guys like Richards and Bass to rotate in there, help out. They can be valuable depth talent in a season if someone ever gets hurt, whether it's Tyron Smith or your rookie, that going on there as a dominant first rounder. You need that backup ability. So offensive line, I think we're not talking about offensive line depth as much because there's not much out there. We have a good enough amount now, and you got to just roll the dice and go forward. We've already been tested on the offensive line. We've been having our starters the last 2 weeks, and they still seem to get better, these 5 guys that are starting. And we're supposed to be good. I don't know. I've seen some people say we're top 10. I haven't seen it. Not yet. They got to show it to me as well.
Yeah, and get money. We actually didn't do a fantasy league this year.
No fantasy, yeah.
Took a bit of a break. So we'll see how we're feeling next year and if we want to jump back into the fantasy side of things. So
yeah, we're, again, tonight, baby.
You know what isn't fantasy, though?
What?
Hitting like, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, following us anywhere and everywhere at MyCowboysFamily, and, of course, hop in the Discord. Links down below. But, guys, there's a reason we're here with you so much earlier than our usual MCF live stream, because during your regularly scheduled MCF live stream time during the night or the day, depending on your time zone, right? We're doing a special one-time viewing only call-in live stream. So, guys, please make sure to join us again later tonight because we do want to hear from you. We're doing a bit of a mix of things here, celebrating the MCW birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Consuming adult libations. And, of course, kicking back, relaxing with some music, and more importantly, hearing what you guys have to say about what our Cowboys have done the last few weeks, what you expect from them moving forward, and, of course, anything and everything around that. So
damn right. So we'll be doing that later tonight, guys. Much love to Mr. Marco Seppian. Stubby, Skeptical Fan, and Snug X. You know why I shouted you guys out. And listen, this upcoming game next week for the Cowboys, not this weekend, next Sunday, we'll be there live and in full effect at the stadium, myself, the wife, and the kids for their first game. What's the point spread against the Rams right now? Right now is, again, over a week to go, but the Cowboys currently are listed as 6-point favorites for their home game week 8 against the Los Angeles Rams. That's according to DK Sportsbook, by the way. Now, talking about our defense real quick, and that's kind of just, you see it on our thumbnail there. I want to make a couple mentions of the Cowboy defense. You tell me what you think. I'm going to put up, I could put up Marquise Bell. I could put up, of course, Mr. Stephon Gilmore, game-winning interception, pressured by the man, and the sack given to you by Micah Parsons. Everybody on defense is playing just like out of this world. When they're really on our best, we're in our best, we can dominate anybody. I truly believe that, led by Dan Quinn. But let's look at this defense right now. Talked about Stephon Gilmore. Listen to this. Of course, Trayvon Diggs was the top-ranked corner in the league before he went out. Mm-hmm. But the Cowboys currently have 2 corners who still rank in the top 10 of cornerbacks when it's the lowest passer rating allowed. When you target these guys, quarterbacks are not successful. Who are these guys? Well, second in the NFL right now is Deron Bland. Deron Bland has a 25.6 completion percentage against them. It means you only complete a pass on Deron Bland once every 4 passes. That's very, very risky. He's got the interception lead, right? So
no wonder everyone's targeting Gilmore.
Yeah, Deron Bland right now is second in the NFL. Now, what about Gilmore? Gilmore has a target rating of 50, again, passer rating. This includes interceptions and everything. A 52.9 passer rating against Stephon Gilmore when you attack him. That is 6th best in the NFL. We have the 2nd best, the 6th best. 2 top six cornerbacks. When it comes to attacking them, they will pick you. They will knock the ball down. They will not let you complete a pass. So, again, lockdown corners with Deron Bland, who's 2nd, Stephon Gilmore, who's 6th in the NFL. This is this defense, right? What about linebackers? Now, we know we lost LVE. We got Damone Clark had a good game, but when you look at the linebackers like Marquise Bell, who's coming from the safety spot, coming and playing crazy great. After this Thursday night game, he is now ranked. He was 6th. He's now ranked 8th overall ranking as his best linebacker in the NFL per PFF's grading system. He has an 84.0 grading overall grade, which is domination. Really, who could have called that? He's a run-stopping machine, and this guy's slight in stature. He's not a big guy, and he's able to get in there and still provide the hits. The tackling is solid. Fantastic games from him. He's come in there, and his first start just dominating numbers. So Marquise Bell, one of our players of the game, got the game ball against the Chargers, and he deserved it. Now, what about our edge rushers? All right. DeMarcus Lawrence, as you guys know, he is 2nd in the NFL amongst all edge defensive players. Nick Bosa is number 1 at what? Overall grade. Just overall greatness. He is the best at stopping the run in the NFL as an edge rusher. But overall grades, only Nick Bosa, 93.4 overall grade this year. Nick Bosa is number 1. DeMarcus Lawrence is a 91.9 overall grade. These are elite numbers by DeMarcus Lawrence. A lot of that has to do with not just Dan Quinn, but Micah Parsons, who ranked 6th overall as an edge defender in the NFL. Also elite numbers, 91. So we got 2 out of our top 6 edge rushers are on the Cowboys. 2 of our top cornerback coverage guys are on the Cowboys. Marquise Bell is one of the best linebackers, a top 8 linebacker in the NFL. I didn't even get to our interior of our defense, which you got to look at Osa Odigizua. Again, guys, top 10 defensive lineman in the NFL. He's 6th. He's ranked 6th overall interior defensive player in the NFL. An interior defensive lineman. So defensive tackle, nose tackle, 3 tech, 1 tech, whatever tech. 89.7, a cunt hair away from elite numbers from Osa for the season. Now, as I ask in the question in our topic here, in the topic area, what does it say? My topic question is this Dallas defense real? Well, we got some damn real players in it. I say yes, it's real. We got to find ourselves again. So, again, some of that started working here against the Chargers, but I believe if anybody got to put faith in, put hope in, it's Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn will get the job done, in my opinion. So I don't know what you think about some of these numbers, what the family thinks, but I had to lay those numbers out there just to say, hey, listen, we got a lot of guys here that have real good potential. You cut out the dumbass shithead penalties, and we're still easily top defense in the NFL. Anyways.
Honestly, that alone would fix like 70% of the problems we currently have, right? So Stealthy said impressive info right there, MCF. Thank you. Renter Scotty said, Dan, the defense messiah. Gotcha. I mean, Dan Quinn has, on one hand, Dan Quinn has done a supremely effective job of scheming our players in the best way possible. On the other hand, man, this team looks like they woke up drunk, decided to drink some more, and then head out onto the field and just play some of the sloppiest defense that we have yet to see from really a pretty top-tier squad. So that, I think, is the part that hurts the most. Obviously, we're not expecting perfection from these guys, but to have repeatedly the same types of penalties, the same type of dumb, unaware penalties.
Yeah, 12. We talked about it yesterday. 12 men on the field.
Offsides.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of stuff, again, it's defense and also on offense. Listen, I'm not
going to get mad over penalties that end up
we'll get to that in a minute,
like some of the closer ones that...
Something's happened, right? But listen, we're talking about some of it's managerial, right? So is that coaching? Is that players? Is it the head coach? We'll get to him in a minute, baby. We'll get to we're not done yet with McCarthy. We're talking about the defense here.
Yeah, and getting money, no. The Eagles' schedule is definitely tougher than ours.
Yeah, I mean, we literally talked about this yesterday, gets money, and, man, the Eagles have to play the Dolphins, the Cowboys twice, the Bills, the Niners. I'm just saying they have to play like 6 out of their 7 games are against top 6 Super Bowl odd perspectives here. The top 6 teams with that can win the Super Bowl odds-wise. Cowboys, don't have a close schedule like that at all to what the Eagles have. We got a couple of tough games, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I'll put it up here in a minute here so you guys can see it. But the Cowboy schedule in the next 7 weeks, definitely a lot easier. And you can see here, bye week, we get the Rams, Eagles are tough, Giants, Panthers, Washington, 2 out of 3 divisional, Thanksgiving, quick games playing there. You got Seattle, right? Playoff game from last year. And then, of course, the Eagles again. I mean, next 7 weeks, next 7 games, there's 8 weeks. That's what we're looking at here the next 2 months. And, of course, the last month, some tough games in there as well. So, we didn't get to that part of the schedule yet, but they have to play a lot of these same teams. I know the Dolphins, the Bills, the Cowboys twice. And what was the other one I said? And the 2 more tough than the Niners. They still play the Niners. We already played the Niners, but they play the Niners.
The Dolphins. They play the Chiefs.
I mean, yeah. The Chiefs is the other team, too.
There you go.
So the Chiefs and the Niners, along with the Cowboys twice, that's 4. And then the Dolphins and the Bills. There you go. That's 6 out of the next 7. They got 1 easy game. Again, we'll see what happens in the next 2 months. That definitely should start to show us what we got to do as we get to that stretch run. And that defense got to hold on to that. It's all about the defense in my mind. By the way, I want to throw in one last name here, baby. Just one guy who's not even, again, we'll see if he gets more play. But is it on Dan Quinn? Sam Williams. He tweeted something on X, right? Free
Twitter.
Me. I say X, but
on Twitter.
On Twitter, he tweeted. He said, "Free me," with like praying hands, and had a picture of like a pit bull trying to like bite a fence, trying to get out. "Free me," he said. Then he deleted it. This happened right after the win. Sam Williams posted this, so people are like, "What's going on here?"
Locked up, they won't let me out.
And I think he's saying Dan Quinn.
Gotta earn your spot.
Dan Quinn's saying, he's saying Dan Quinn, let me play more. He's not getting enough touches. I know Marco Sepia says, why not more Sam Williams? I mean, it's Dan Quinn right now holding him back. We don't know why. Is it because Dorrance Armstrong, they're trying to sell him in a trade? Is it because they're trying to get Fowler is very efficient right now, pass rushing. We've discussed that. So,
I think it could
Sam
be a
Williams
variety of reasons, but the thing that surprises me most is when Micah's not out there, why isn't Sam Williams taking more of those specific snaps?
Yeah.
That's the part that confuses me and makes me think that, personally, he must have regressed in some way or done something to piss off the coaches.
Well, we know he's done a lot of dumb shit in the offseason multiple times. But
that feels like nothing compared to some of the shit we've dealt with. So
well, I know. But the Cowboys trying to diss themselves, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's not. But right now, people are saying, what's going on? Sam Williams retweeted and said, quote, "It's so simple to understand, though. So, again, just basically saying, yeah, Dan Quinn, let me play more. He'll get his chance. I truly believe he will. It's just right now, it's not Sam Williams' time yet.
Yeah,
it's too bad a second-round pick is getting treated like that.
I put my money on, like I said, one of two reasons. Either one, he's regressed to the point where Dan Quinn's just like, nope, no thank you, not right now. Or two, it is that front office politics coming into play. You guys called it about Dorrance Armstrong. The Cowboys want to get their last bit of money's worth. Sam Williams is on his rookie deal. He's on reserve. He's going to be fine. He's good to go. So, Dallas sees it differently.
Good point. Yep, that's another reason why. It's always. If you're not sure, look to Jerry Jones. That's probably the reason. Look, Jerry Jones today. Jerry Jones. He spoke. Not our Jerry Jones. You might see Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy pop on the stream tonight. The actual interview side of things. You might see that happen. They might call in. But on 105 through the Fan today, Jerry Jones spoke about Roger Goodell's extension. Quote, I think that's really an outstanding thing for our league and for him. He's got a wealth of intellectual knowledge of how it works. It's great he's going to be our commissioner for more years to come. Again, giving him another 3-year deal, going to go into, the 2027 season. He's going to be 67, probably his last time for Goodell. Now, Jerry Jones also asked about penalties, which we're going to touch on here as we close the show with a couple penalty comments and things of how we're running this team and this offense by Mike McCarthy. But Jerry Jones asked about penalties today, and he said that he talked with Dean Spanos. He's the one of the head official guys out there reviewing stuff about the Monday night 20 penalty game against the Chargers and Cowboys. And Spanos and him agreed that they, got hit by penalties equally. Again, I try to tell Cowboy fans, do not buy into the, oh my God, they're picking on us. They just hate us. It's not that.
Is that what Jerry was trying to imply?
Jerry just said he was talking to the guy when they reviewed it. They basically said it looked like about, it wasn't like a one-sided thing. It was both teams.
Teams playing sloppy and getting called
exactly.
out for it.
And you saw the Chargers. How many times did they get called for penalties? One of them cost them a touchdown. I mean, they got hurt by penalties in a big way too. So it was both sides that got hit. Sloppy. The Cowboys had 9. But the bigger thing to me was those 9 was the multiple pre-snap penalties, mainly, like you said, offsides by the defense and some 12-man bullshit going on. Now, that shit is on the coaching. Jerry Jones said this about his favorite question to coaches where he asked them after the game. He said, quote, if we were to play this team again, what would we do differently? Is what he likes to ask Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, and other coaches there. Interesting, right? He did say that those meetings are more about personnel, though, and the players than scheme. But he said it's important to be on the same page. That's a quote from Jerry Jones. So, scheme is not as much as the personnel, it sounds like. The Cowboys basically saying whoever the coach may be, I would use a different guy if it was up to me. Jerry Jones also asked about the losses that we've had. I'm sorry, the losses that the Niners had and the Eagles had this past weekend. Did it make him feel better about the fact that
chances?
Not our chances, but the vulnerability of both of these other teams. They have weaknesses. He said, quote, not really. It doesn't surprise me that teams can come up there that weren't recognized to be as good and beat them, end quote. So again, Jerry playing the whole like anybody could beat anybody on any day. Every team is good. I guess,
but to me, that's also like a cute little passive aggressive diss of, yeah, you're not as good as you think you are because you just got beat by a nobody. You know what I mean? Like basically, like, anybody can beat them. Like anybody. Yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know. I think that statement is meant to go both ways.
I think that. I don't know. I could see it being taken that way, but I think it's much more on the side of, listen, Jerry's just saying any team can beat any team out there. I think that's what he's trying to say. Listen, he's admitted
petty and he's not stupid.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that he's not looking at them as being weakened, and I agree with. If he's looking at that, I agree with the side of these teams are not that weak yet. Every team's going to lose once in a while. We lost to the Cardinals, but we got destroyed by the Niners. That's a different kind of game. That's the difference maker. That's why they're still better than us. We'll see what happens to the Eagles in a couple of weeks. Jerry Jones kind of finished his quick little conversation, his little interview on 105 through the Fan today on the grade he would give the Cowboys starting off in this first 6 weeks at 4-2. He said, quote, I'd give it a good grade, a really good grade. I wouldn't want to start over again this year, I'll tell you that. I like where we're at 4-2. So he's happy with the 4-2 record. We could have been 5-1 at the very least. But, that Cardinal game.
He probably doesn't want to start over because in that alternate universe, it's Micah that gets hurt instead of Trayvon or some shit. I don't know.
Don't jinx us. But yes,
I know what you mean. Saying, didn't Sam Williams get hurt in the preseason? Could be a lingering issue.
Yeah, but He's been playing in games all year. He's just been playing like minimal snaps, kind of like Fowler. Like, he gets like 9-10 snaps.
And again,
9-10
why
snaps.
would he be asking to be freed if it was an injury situation?
Correct.
Why we were managing
Correct.
him? Like,
Good catch.
not saying it's impossible. Just saying that it seems a little bit bizarre.
If he was injured, he could be slowed down, is my point, into the season, but by now he's ready to go, right? It wouldn't be the injury, especially with his reaction to that. Like you said, it was a great pickup there, baby.
Although, honestly, let's see if that is one of the kind of, bye-week adjustments that we see. Do we see a little more Sam Williams? Do we get to see Micah in a different type of rotation? Because they teased Micah at linebacker for a little bit, and then they obviously didn't even practice him there. So.
I think we'll see a mixture, more movement around as the weeks go on of Micah Parsons. The last finale here, guys. Get your last comments, your last thoughts in, your last drops of knowledge, your last drops of love from above before we get out of here for the night. And again, we'll tell you what we're going to do later on tonight. But let me just talk about Mike McCarthy and the reason why he's on the front and center of, off to the right, of my thumbnail. The Cowboys. What do you think about this, baby? As we break down the defense and the positives. Obviously, there's a lot of negatives, I believe, still on defenses that we got to clean up some things. But the defense is solid. They're above average. They are very good. They're not elite yet. In my mind, they dropped off on that. They got to show me more consistency in the run stop and these dumb penalties. But what about the offense? A lot to improve on. So what about these things, baby? What do you think about the Cowboys right now leading the league in penalties this year? We lead the NFL in penalties, right? We had in 2022 last year, we had the third most penalties. In 2021, we had the most penalties. It's not good. And this is under McCarthy. What I'm trying to say is the last 3 out of 4 years have been marred by penalties. And even though we've had some streaks where it's gotten better, we still are obviously penalized team. It seems like we always go back
and revert to like our original state of stupidity.
I'm telling you. I just don't get it. I really hope that something is done by this point. We just got to get through it, and that could be killers. In a playoff game, we could be knocked out because of penalties.
I think the weirder part is the fact that if you kept going back and back and back, we're still one of the most penalized teams, even under Garrett. Yep. So as much as I would love to say, it's all McCarthy or it's all whatever. Like, McCarthy's obviously a factor, but like.
Well, the thing is that people.
It feels like it's almost the star itself.
Well, that's what
penalizing people,
and that's what I'm saying. People start to think. Conspiracy theories now, we get penalized because we're the Cowboys. I see the penalties out there.
We're committing these penalties.
We cannot
most of them
rely on the fucking refs and bitching about it because that what's going to win you? Nothing. 27 more years of no Super Bowl for us. So we got to stop bitching about the penalty and play cleaner. If we got to play cleaner than most teams, so we got to do it. We did it with Jimmy Johnson. We'll do it again if we're going to win a Super Bowl. If we want to win one, that's what we got to do. So penalties. Already, yes, that is mainly starts on the top down. It's on Mike McCarthy. Several examples now, of course, of the play calling. We know the red zone. That's easy. What about throughout a game? What about some other issues he does in his play calling? Well, a lot of examples, I think. We can sit here all day and talk about him being a bad play caller. But again, when you look at the poor clock management, all right, the stubbornness, not challenging certain plays that maybe he should challenge, the hesitations, getting too cute, allowing Bones. And it's not Bones. Bones has got his plays, whatever. McCarthy makes a decision. It's not Bones that says, let's fake punt or fake this. I'm just saying, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But McCarthy gets, I think, sometimes too cute on special teams specifically as well. And again, even on offense, a lot of examples of him leading an undisciplined team. Again, leader in penalties over the last 3 years. First this year, third last year, first again. I'm just saying, guys, this is an undisciplined overall team. Remember they went into the Niner game and the wild card game 2 years ago in Dallas, and the Cowboys were scared, not prepared.
Yep.
We were not. We took it. We didn't take it personal against the Niners this year. I mean, that's a year and a half separation. They're 2 year separation. What the fuck? This is obviously on McCarthy, right? Overall, the overall sense of things. A lot of instances of him kind of looking like a beginner, novice, rookie coach out there when making decisions. You could look at this through the first years of coming back with the Cowboys. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what the clock is. In this last game against the Chargers. I mean, we talked about this in the beginning, all right, but now we're still talking about some of these issues. This is on McCarthy. So, again, a lot of these examples, along with clock management, stubbornness of unsuredness to challenge, too cute on special teams. You look at the attack on the offensive play calling. Look at Dak Prescott and his ability to attack or not. Again, he missed. Michael Gallup for a touchdown. He missed Pollard for a touchdown. I put those on Dak. He missed Ferguson possibly the seam for another touchdown. Those are on Dak. Gallup dropping a touchdown. It's on Gallup. But the ability to attack down the field has been a problem for the Cowboys. This is the play calling. It's not that, I know Dak missed CeeDee Lamb a couple times against the Niners. But when you look at where Dak has attacked the field, the deep center of the field only 2.5% of the time. The intermediate center of the field, 8.1% of the time. The short center of the field, 21.9%. A little bit better there, but it's all dink and dunks. The total center, 32.5%, and total medium, 19.4%. So when you're looking at deep and intermediate, middle of the field passes, we've hit it up for what? 11%? 11% of the time, this offense is able to attack the deep or intermediate center of the field. Only less than 11% of the time. That is fucked up, guys. I'm sorry. That's 10.6% of the time. That's embarrassing. And there's a lot of teams like the Chargers who were known to leave the entire intermediate and deep center of the field wide open. So to me, we only attack the center areas and around the center for those dink and dunks from McCarthy. So you can yell at Dak. I'll yell at him for other reasons, for the right reasons. But when it comes to play calling and having no actual options on that field, that is 100%. I'm Mike McCarthy. Let me know your last thoughts, maybe, as we're wrapping up. Let me know your thoughts on the Mike McCarthy situation, also the chat. But what do you think about Mike McCarthy's kind of upheaval of chaos? It feels like that when he runs his team from his rookie year to now.
So what?
No, I mean your thoughts on that real quick, but.
So, I did want to address a quick comment in the chat first before I did that, because Jose Mendoza said #free Trey Lance. I said, I'm like, that would mean Dak and Cooper Rush are done for. No thank you.
No Trey Lance.
That is pretty much like the worst thing that could have happened, and has nothing to do with Trey Lance himself. I'm sure
Trey Lance,
he's a perfectly fine young man, but...
Yeah, no Trey Lance yet, unless you want to, just throw the season out.
So, although Jose did say he likes the Jerry and McCarthy combo, I will say that McCarthy definitely has a lot more freedoms than I was expecting. But if you guys were here and heard some of Jerry's post-game comments, I mean, he almost... I don't want to say he straight up implied. He did imply that McCarthy is very, very lucky that he won this game, because otherwise... Yeah,
things could have been a little more, hot seatish in the open. I don't think he would have been fired.
Although, he wouldn't have been fired.
He would have been in trouble.
Definitely not at this point. Honestly, guys, we've already known this. Jerry, unless you kick him in the glory hole, Jerry will do the quote-unquote respectful and right thing and wait until the end of the season. Yeah. Part of that is
only then, I guess, he wanted Garrett in there for Phillips.
Exactly. So he's just trying to avoid any mid-season upheaval. So again, even if McCarthy was somehow gonna get the boot, don't expect it till the season's wrapped. Yeah. So you think Jerry wants to do all those exit interviews and shit? Hell no. Hell no.
Last time he did was 15 years ago, and Garrett moved in and Phillips moved out.
So now MH did say the coaches have just all changed except for the top coaches, so I can't judge it yet. I do still feel like a lot of things are relatively dynamic. One that I'm still a little bit I'm still not sure how to feel about our O-line coach, which I know is
Soliari.
Yeah.
Still, I'm still, and him and Schottenheimer, I'm still, to be announced on them. To be
no offense to Schottenheimer, but he seems like, I think I said this exact phrase last night. I'm like, he seems about as useful as nipples on a man, because I don't know what the fuck he's there to do if McCarthy's the one calling all the plays.
AKA tits on a bull. By the way, if they get much love to Jason. I know he's having a tough one tonight because the Rangers took an L, and I watched that game. We didn't start the stream till after that Ranger game, man. I thought they had it won. 9th inning, they blew it. Much love to Jason Renfro, who did not blow a chance to get this stream boss.
Ooh,
now the stream boss.
Off tonight.
Yeah, actually kicking it off as we're ending it, right? But much love Jason Renfro dropping that 7 Trayvon Diggs in memory of Holler and taking over the stream boss. Yes, he's bossing the stream around. He's right now, all over the board. He's moving up that board, tied for 5th. We'll see what happens, because tonight we have a very special one-time only viewing. live stream. You want to be part of this tonight. You don't want to miss it.
Keto Abashi, thank you for subbing it out.
Welcome to the family. You know, we're hitting up the new time here. Just once in a blue moon is bye week. Things are a little bit different. And, of course, our schedule is a little different. Of course, the birthday weekend for my wonderful, beautiful wife here, MCW. We'll be celebrating later tonight, along with having a call-in show. We'll talk more about that in a minute as we close this out. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But Jason Renfro leading the pack now as our stream boss, and 99 points after that new subscriber here, growing the family 28,000 plus.
Make sure to take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Follow us on all social media. Hop in the Discord, links down below. Shout out to the man. A big mahalo to Mark Hovsepian, repping it 3 weeks in a row. Of course, Jason Renfro, bossing the stream around, fully loaded up. And SnugX in the Cash App with that Des Bryant X.
Yeah, 10 in a row, by the way. He's in the lead for 11. Much love to him. We got Skeptical Fan, who was in the lead for going back-to-back as our gifting champion. He's got a safety lead right now over Justin D. It's 3-1 right now. And Skeptical Fan, he's 4th overall on the board. And again, SnugX, not just top spot, in the lead right now on the Cash App side, but overall trying to take that sponsor week and break that Marco Sepian streak. We shall see what happens. So, baby, let's do those shout-outs before we tell them one finale what we're going to do. Don't leave yet, guys. We're going to tell you what's going to happen here in about 4 hours or 3 hours or so.
Jose Mendoza, MH, House Nelson, and thank you guys for the birthday love and wishes. Jason Renfro in the house, of course, Q Ball, Retro Scotty, much love. We have, let me see, I'm almost shouting myself out, of course.
MCW.
SnugX, you know why he's here.
You know.
We got Getting Money, Fuego 2.0, Take It Easy, hope you're on the mend as well.
Yeah.
Stealth E, Dan O, James Hurd, Tokyo. Let me see. So I'll make sure I didn't miss anybody. Mike Aldana. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anybody, but I think so far, that's as far back as I can go. So let me come back down. Spoonie Dog, much love.
Yeah.
And guys, for every single person here watching, we will see you later tonight.
Tell them what.
Remember, special call-in live stream, one-time viewing only.
Yeah, guys, call in. That means Streamlabs, right? StreamYard. We're going to do StreamYard. We're going to do phone number. I think we can do both. We're going to see about working that, but definitely StreamYard. You guys can join us. You can put the video on, whatever it is. We'll talk to you guys. We're going to be doing it through there tonight. But see this screen you see here? We'll have this screen open on our side as well. So if you drop any love or new subscribers, whatever, that all processes. The stream boss still processes. You might not see it, but it's going to be there. We're going to do it through StreamYard tonight. So, again, all you got to do is hit the link. You don't need to install nothing if you guys want to go on there. You don't have to put the camera on if you don't want. You just can talk like you're calling in. Of course, we'll try to put the phone number as well. We'll see about that. There'll be a portion we do that with. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have music. We're going to have Dallas Cowboy discussions. Join us for the late night, one time only call-in special here.
Yes, and the phone number will be posted when we go live, but you can also find it in our description, if I'm not mistaken. So.
But again, that is... I have to have that open, though. That's the thing, too, to have it available.
I guess you guys can call and leave a voicemail if you'd like, but those are...
Yeah, that's an option, too. We go back there and check that. But it might just be StreamYard tonight. So we'll have to see. Just keep it in mind, guys. Join us later on tonight for that. Again, StreamYard is the easiest way. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on a laptop, a computer, a tablet, whatever. And you don't have to have the camera on. You can just talk like a phone, right? So it works great, and it will be live through there tonight. I can also highlight your comments. When you drop love, I can highlight it that way. It'll be a lot of cool little... You've seen it before. I'm just going to try running it that way tonight since it is a one-time viewing only. One time. You can't rewind it. You can't go back. One-time viewing only.
With that said, guys, again, this is the official end of the early MCF Quickie, which, of course, is every Quickie. It was not
a little
so
more.
quick.
Under an hour. So, guys, and everybody, remember what the wife says here. MCW on her birthday weekend. What do we do this year, baby, on this channel?
It's for that navy blue,
Hell yeah.
that silver, too.
Hell yeah.
And that star over everything.
Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. Here on this channel, we rep that star over everything. Guys, thank you for joining us for another one here. A quickie, under an hour live stream here on 6 years on YouTube and beyond. Join us for tonight's late stream. We can't wait to do that. And, baby, before we can finish everything out, remember here, the number one thing here, now, and forever. As always, go Cowboys. Let's get that 6 and beyond. Thank you guys in the chat. dropping the knowledge all night long, all evening long now, right? And we're going to go into our late night stream a little later. So join us for that one-time viewing. Of course, thanks for the drops of love from above. Well, who's the person that dropped the love? It's Mr. Jason Renfro taking over, the stream boss, and of course, Skeptical Fan dropping a little bit of thanks. J. Lou too, on the thanks side of things. So I appreciate both of you guys as we relock and reload for tonight. And of course, we'll probably take off Saturday, so we'll have that Sunday finale wrap up for the week. Join us tonight for the one-time viewing. It's kind of like Saturday's stream, I guess you could say. It's going to be tonight, so watch it. We'll be here, Fan Friday in the house. Thank you all for that, guys. And baby, before we can officially drop out for the night, what do we got to do?
We got to drop the beat.
Woo! Our beat's been dropped, guys, here in MCF, and thank you for joining us for another one. A quickie, a Cowboy quickie. Although it's still always called Cowboy Chat. But C. Lamb's like, shh. McCarthy, let's get this offense going. Jerry's like, whoa. Kind of right, CD, you're kind of right. Micah, the defense, Marquise Bell. Let's keep doing what this defense needs to keep doing. Clean up some shit, and we can really, at least make it exciting. Make that run we all waiting for. Guys, thank you for joining us here for another one here on MCF, My Cowboys Family, where it's always about that navy blue, that silver too, that star over everything. Never forget the number one thing right here on My Cowboys Family. Much love to everyone chilling and watching here. Join us for the late night show tonight, the one-time only viewing. Be there or be square. You can't see it anymore, guys. Join us, call in, have some drinks, listen to some music, talk some cowboy discussions. And as always, guys, everybody out there right now, stay safe. Much love. We'll see you later tonight and on Sunday. Peace out. And never, ever forget, Go Cowboys!